Happy Tuesday, April the 9th, everyone. Hunter here again at Weather on the Go, and in today's weather forecast, we are keeping an eye on a significant severe weather outbreak likely to bring strong tornadoes, destructive hail, and damaging wind to parts of the country, and some very heavy, very efficient rainfall producers that could be leading to more widespread flash flooding concerns. And we'll also look at a warming trend set to take place late this weekend and especially into next week. We'll dive into the details in today's weather forecast. So if you aren't a subscriber here to Weather on the Go, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We'll keep you covered with the weather forecast across your area throughout the year. Also be sure to press the like button down below. It helps out way more than you know. So let's look here at your pressure anomalies here for today. We got a low pressure system down into portions of northeast Texas, a 1004 millibar low pressure system. And a low pressure strength is the lower the number, the stronger the low pressure system. So notice as we go into Wednesday, that deepens to a 994 millibar low. That's an even stronger low pressure system tomorrow as it moves up toward Little Rock. But notice the movement. It's not very fast. So we're going to see more dynamic weather in a very similar area on Wednesday. And again, it strengthens even further down to a 983 millibar low by Thursday up here towards portions of Fort Wayne, Indiana. So it is going to be a strong low pressure system, and typically a strong low pressure system during the month of April spells out some concerns. And our first concern here is going to be very heavy rain and flash flooding. Look at the areas of which we'll see the rainfall today going into your Wednesday. Very similar areas here across the lower and middle Mississippi Valley. That'll move into the east as we go into Thursday here. Very strong rainfall producers across the eastern United States by Thursday. And then as we go into Friday, that system will be moving up into southeastern Canada and actually cold enough to where areas into western Quebec could start to see some snowfall, some wet snowfall there on Friday. But looking at the rainfall totals with this system, some very efficient rainfall producers these storms will be. And you can see the heaviest rains, the heaviest corridor of rain will be down across East Texas, Louisiana, into southern Arkansas, stretching over through the Dixie Alley region into Mississippi, Alabama. Widespread, potentially double-digit rainfall totals cannot be ruled out, and that's why the Weather Prediction Center is predicting a moderate risk of flash flooding. Numerous flash flooding events possible here across East Texas, southern Arkansas, into northern Louisiana, and western Mississippi on through the Wednesday morning commute. Then that moderate risk stretches over into eastern Mississippi, Alabama area as we go from Wednesday into Thursday. But just take a look at the slight risk, very large, slight, even marginal risk for flash flooding Wednesday into Thursday across the south central U.S. And then that slight risk Thursday into Friday for flash flooding across southern New York State through Pennsylvania, down here through Maryland, West Virginia, getting into the western Carolinas there, and far eastern Tennessee. So a big deal for flash flooding and heavy rainfall, but also equally as big or even a bigger deal will be the severe weather outbreak. We have an enhanced risk upgrade here from our friends at the Storm Prediction Center from Louisiana back here into Texas. This does include the Houston region, San Antonio, Lake Charles, up there toward the Shreveport region. And the biggest threat from these storms today will be just very big destructive hail over 2 inches in diameter, especially here into central and eastern Texas. We also have a threat today for some hurricane force wind gusts in and around the Houston region, Tyler, Texas, stretching over there toward the Alexandria, Louisiana region, and the tornado threat. We have a couple tornadoes that could go strong over EF2 strength as we go into East Texas, into central Louisiana later on today. So let's break down here the timing of which you could expect these storms. Rounds of storms. It's going to be a messy mode of severe weather here. There's going to be one cluster of storms moving through, and then you'll be seeing another cluster of storms coming through behind that this afternoon. So we're going to see a lot of that happening over the next several hours through the afternoon. Into the evening, notice we just have it clusters of showers and storms moving about across Texas, into Arkansas, Louisiana, into Mississippi. Each one of these clusters will be producing the potential for damaging winds, destructive hail, some strong tornadoes along the way through the evening. And then look at that, another cluster of some stronger storms waking up for your Wednesday morning commute in and around the Houston Metroplex and up toward Tyler, Texas, the Longwood area there in eastern Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that going into Wednesday morning. An even bigger deal on Wednesday. This is a moderate risk upgrade from the Storm Prediction Center. This is a level 4 out of 5 for severe weather across eastern Louisiana, getting into south central Mississippi in and around the Jackson area to Laurel, Meridian, all the way southward toward the Gulfport region and Hattiesburg, and then moving into southwestern Alabama with a larger, slight, and enhanced risk, a level 2 and 3 out of 5 surrounding that in the yellow and the orange. Looking at the threats here on Wednesday, very significant wind. We have not seen a 45% significant wind risk yet this year across Dixie Alley or anywhere in the United States, so we're definitely seeing the potential for some hurricane force wind gusts over 75 miles per hour centered across Louisiana into south central Mississippi, into southwestern Alabama there on Wednesday. Very efficient tornado producers here on Wednesday as well. 10 to 15% chance of tornadoes here again, Louisiana, south central Mississippi into southern Alabama and northwestern Florida. And the hail threat. We do have a 15% hail threat there on Wednesday as well. So looking here at the timing for the storms, Wednesday morning, we have a mesoscale convective system across portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, moving into western Mississippi Wednesday morning. That will already be producing some damaging winds, potentially hurricane force, potentially even some stronger tornadoes. Then as it presses further east into Mississippi, into western Alabama Wednesday afternoon, these storms will be moving in peak daytime heating. So widespread hurricane force wind gusts over 75 miles an hour. And we have to watch these supercells coming off of the Gulf of Mexico inland. Those could be producing those strong EF2 to EF5 strength tornado potential and some very efficient rainfall producers again as well. Then as we go into Wednesday evening, that MCS, mesoscale convective system, will be producing some severe weather along the way into Alabama, into western Georgia Wednesday evening, and then going into early Thursday morning, that will be moving through the Atlanta region, into the Dothan, Alabama area, Macon, Georgia, and down here into Panama City, Pensacola, and a nocturnal strong tornado threat will be possible even into early Thursday morning. So again, make sure to remain weather aware, have multiple ways to receive watches and warnings, whether that's a NOAA weather radio, your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, anything that can wake you up overnight Wednesday night as a dangerous day ahead is likely. And then we don't stop there. As we go into Thursday, there is a large area of severe weather potential. In the yellow is the most concerning, a level 2 out of 5 on the scale. This is up into the eastern Ohio Valley, Ohio, into Kentucky here, into portions of western Pennsylvania, western portions of West Virginia, and getting down into the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. We have another slight risk down there on Thursday as well. You can see on Thursday, we're going to have a couple different scenarios we're watching out for into Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, into western Pennsylvania with that northern slight risk. We do have to watch near the surface low track. There's enhanced wind shear. We're going to have a lot of turning of the winds with height, so the tornado potential could be greater up there. But a cold frontal boundary will be promoting more damaging wind and hail potential across the Carolinas, Georgia, and North Florida through the day, and that will be pushing off the coast as we go into Thursday night. So a very active next 48 to 72 hours is anticipated. And finally by this weekend, folks, on Saturday, April 13th into Sunday, April 14th, we can breathe a sigh of relief as we have a ridge of high pressure moving into the country here. And this is going to promote quieter weather, but more spring-like, even early summer-like temperatures across the country. Look at Saturday. Our temperature anomalies up here into the Great Plains, into the Corn Belt region is going to be well above normal. That continues to become more widespread further east now into the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley as we go into Sunday, April 14th. And looking at this, yes, we get to enjoy the warmer temperatures because precipitation will not be in the picture. Sun-splashed skies across the middle of the country on Saturday. That carries over into Sunday. So get out and enjoy the warmer weather while we have a quiet period, because as we go into next week, yes, here comes another storm system on Monday, another trough that will be moving into the Four Corners region, and this will be ejecting into the plains Monday night, and then eventually on Tuesday into the upper Midwest with the system as well. So looking at this setup on Monday, another volatile environment across Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Very strong negatively tilted trough here. We have a lot of strong instability moving further north. You can see already computer models spitting out numbers of 2,000, 3,000 joules per kilogram of instability almost a week in advance here. And we have a slight risk of severe weather on the Storm Prediction Center Day 7 outlook. They are already confident 7 days in advance of this system for severe weather here into central Kansas, western Oklahoma, and to northwest Texas here. So definitely keeping an eye on that. And I think this can expand and be upgraded as we do get closer very well. As you can see, supercell thunderstorms next Monday afternoon and evening, potentially lighting up the radar across the Great Plains and even up into the upper Midwest. We need to watch that warm frontal boundary. And then going into Tuesday, look at that negatively tilted trough up there near the Chicagoland area. It's been a little while since we've seen severe weather in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and even towards Chicagoland. It looks like we're going to have more instability there. Maybe not as strong as on Monday, but just enough, folks. You don't need a lot of instability this time of year, especially with the strong jet stream. And there we go again on Tuesday. More severe weather into Iowa, Wisconsin, northern and central Illinois, down into Missouri there, and maybe Indiana as well. That'll be something we'll be keeping an eye on here as we do get closer to this event. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to press the subscribe button down below so you are a subscriber to this channel, as we will be keeping you updated on the weather forecast all throughout the year. Also, be sure to press the like button down below. It helps to get all of this weather information passed along to more and more people. We'll see you in tomorrow's update.